So please off the mic. Let me do a little bit recapitulations, okay? Okay, class, let's take a look. We are in the chapter 3. It's about the 5 vehicle, okay? So if you remember in the very beginning, we mentioned that it is very important as a Buddhist, you have to take refuge and then you must have a right livelihood, all right? Then from here, we go to talk about right views. There is a totally 4 aspects of the right views. Number 1, okay, the differentiation between good and bad. Second, whatever karma you correct, there must be some response. There will be some response. There will be one. There's a karma. There will be an effect. Number 3 one, there's a present, past, and future life. And number 4, there will be a noble, and also there will be a the normal people like you and me. In the past lesson, okay, I remember I played a video clip, the discovery, 2 cases which have been surveyed by 2 professors. Okay, and then one case is a child, but previously, many 3 years ago, he was the grandfather, meaning to say that his present father, okay, 3 years ago, 1 year ago, is his father, okay, it's his son, but after 1 year, okay, the son become his father, all right. Second case is the Diloxi. The name is the Diloxi, who is a Sri Lanka lady, and he died due to drawn, and once he reincarnated, he always recalled that the previous family. Okay, so finally, with the help of the professor, she is able to find out the previous family, and they got so many details, which is, can strongly prove that it should be the reincarnation. So this is the 2 cases to make us understand there's a present, a past life, present life, and the future life. Okay, and then here we understand that both of cases one is died due to the stroke, second is the drawn, but they're reborn as a human. They're still reborn as a human, meaning to say, even though died due to the stroke and also the drowning, both are bad experience. Okay, but they have accumulated a lot of good deeds, favorable action. So this is the good karma which lead them to become reborn as a human. Okay, so this is what our previous lesson. Okay, so today we'll try to finish the second right view. Is about the worldly being and the sages. Then we go to the second, is observing the joy and suffering of the 5 realms, diligently cultivate goodness and discard the evil. So we'll come to this part. Okay. Okay, so let's try to continue in the previous lesson. So in previous lesson, we talked about the 4 relevant aspects. There's a 3 period, present, next life, and also the future life. One does evil but gets happiness because the evil has not matured. When it matures, one will suffer. Basically, once we talk about why do we talk about the karma, why karma is so important, the reason is karma will suggest a very fair solutions to whatever inequality we experience in this life. Basically, most of the people, once you claim that you are unequally treated, unfairly, if you have been treated unfair, you will feel restless and feel angry. But through the concept of the karma, we understand that whatever I experience now, good or bad, partially is due to the past life. So from here, there will be a good explanation for you how to accept the inequality. So sometimes when we see some bad guy, it seems they look so good, have a good life, they are wealthy, but from the perspective of the karma, meaning to say that the bad karma haven't ripened, but the good karma is still the bad guy is still experiencing the good karma. Likewise, the good people who look so bad now, the reason is because the past life bad karma is ripened. Well, his good karma haven't matured yet. So from here, meaning to say that times is the final solutions to all of us. We see the, once you haven't seen the final result, the outcome is not, the final outcome is not yet been disclosed. Okay, then next is one more paragraph. There's a flower result. We talk about there's some fruit result. Basically, we use two words. One is the flower result. One is the fruit result. Meaning to say that, okay, flower appeared before the fruit. If let's say the fruit is very heavy, the flower result is less heavier than the fruit result. Okay. For example, if let's say you do some killing, okay, then maybe you have to suffer the consequence. For affecting cancer, for example, okay, the past life effect, so you will get affected cancer. But the cancer might be the fruit result. But before the cancer, maybe you begin with the financial problem. Okay, so that might be the flower result come first, and then the fruit result come again. So that is the consequence you have to responsible for the previous life. But anyway, for Buddhism, we still emphasize in present life, meaning to say that there's a few percentages due to the past life, but in present life, through an effort, you can change the things. But how much you can change, it depends on how heavy the previous karma are and how much time you have. Basically, if the younger you are, okay, meaning to the younger you are, meaning to say that you have more time for you to change, the previous life effect. But if you're very old, meaning to say time not much, you don't have much time to do all the good deeds, to do the repentance, so that to reduce the effect. So meaning to say that the younger you are, and the less serious the karma is it, then the better, you can try to change you can do something, for better result. Okay, next is about, the last one, because the reward or retribution of the present life is the result of the past good or evil karmic forces. There cannot be any fundamental or serious changes in it before one dies. So we go to the other paragraph. We haven't finished it yet. Okay, Amanda, can you please read it out? Like karma.
Like karma can have present results because it does not seriously change one's retributions or rewards in this life. For example, the government in power had its own fundamental policies and cannot change them significantly. However, if the opposition party has some minor suggestions, the current regime may be willing to accept them. Why does serious karma have a flower result, as distinct from the final reward or retribution in the future? Because this karmic force is too strong to make an impact on the present body. This is similar to situations in which the power of the opposition party is very strong. In such cases, the present regime must accept some of the opposition's suggestions and will do so to the extent that it does not endanger the existence of the current regime or party policies. Similarly, karma that brings result in future rebirths also has both light and serious results. In short, karma is of different kinds, but all share this one quality. If one is not enlightened and emancipated, then no karma will be destroyed until it has brought about its result. When there is karma, there is reward or retribution. Though it may not be in this life, in the next life, or even after thousands of lives, the karmic force still exists and will bring its result when the conditions are right. The introduction of the Sunni Strait says that during the Western Han Dynasty, because of Yuanang's vilification, Cao Cuo was killed. The karma that Yuanang created by instructing others to kill did not bring retribution until the late Tang Dynasty to Buddha, the emperor's teacher. When Buddha coveted the high status of the Aguru seat, only then did the past evil karma manifest, in the shape of an ulcer with a human-like face that formed on his knee. This legend illustrated the meaning of karmic forces not being destroyed.
Thank you so much. Okay, so class, we have mentioned regards. Okay, we have mentioned regards the flower effects. Let's take a look. Yes, we already mentioned the flower result. Now we go to the other point that we go to the other point regards to the karma. One is it is not enlightened or emancipated, the karma won't be destroyed. Well, the karma will follow you even after 1,000 years until before you have been emancipated. It sounds terrible, but not necessary, because karma can be good, can be bad, but also it could be good. Meaning to say, if you have done something which is good, the karma will ripen, okay? And the karma, if it is not ripen, it will follow you for 1,000 years until you are emancipated. Okay. So here there's one case which is quite famous. Let's take a look. Okay, this case is regards one of the Sunni Strait channel. It happens before Christ. Let's take a look. AD 24. We count as AD 24. Okay, but the karma ripen is 618. It's about 600 years. Meaning to say that they got one case happen. So there's a two. This is a clashes and conflict between two high rank government office. Okay, they compete to each other in order to fight the post to become the leader. So finally, one win, one lose, and the other one had been killed. Right. So this guy passed away, but the other guy he keep on he reincarnate and become a monk. Okay, so for 600, it takes 10 generation to pass the 10 year to pass the 600 year, and he keep on become a monk. During the Han Dynasty, the guy who successfully get the position, get the power, he was a monk for the past 600 years. So for those who pass away, doesn't have opportunity to kill. To kill. The guy. To kill him. But after but it happens. It happens that this monk after during Tang Dynasty is about 600 AD. He had been awarded a chair, because he showed a very good performance to the king, okay, the emperor. So the emperor awarded him also, said, this is a special chair for you, as our national monk. Okay. Then he feel arrogant. Okay. Once there's arrogant, there is an opportunity for his karma. Meaning to the karma he killed 600 years ago and come to his body and become the ulcer. Okay. And then, okay, so this is the story. A lot of Mahayana monks know it very well. Okay, the story is regards this, you see. Here there's one monk, he tried to wash the knee. There is an ulcer which look like a human face grow on his knee, you see. So this is the right one. But here we can see, you see, I think maybe this is the Photoshop picture. You see, it looks human face on as an ulcer. So maybe this is more trustable. Okay. But anyway, for the story we mentioned, I mean, the ulcer is on the knee of a monk, you see. Okay. So this ulcer is the karma effect. It's the karmic effect. 600 years ago, he had been killed by the monks, you see. Okay. So once the monk used the water to wash it, finally he recovered. Okay. He wrote a repentance, The repentance, the name is a Sanmei Shui Chan. Sanmei Shui Chan, meaning to say that samadhi of the water repentance. This is very famous. Sally Elena, have you ever bound this before? Sanmei Shui Chan? Sally, yes, right?
Yes.
Yes, Yokwa, yes, right? Yokwa, Sanmei Shui Chan is very famous in Mahayana. Basically, they try to go through the repentance, and then from there you can reflect what have you done in your present life or maybe past life. So you have to, in order you feel regrets, the regret is very powerful to reduce the karmic effect. Okay. So this is regards this story. Okay. Then now we go to the existence of the past and the future life. Yes, Junjie, can you please read it out according to the karma?
According to the karma, good or bad results arise in the constant transmigration through the 5 destinies. Results may be caused by serious karma, one's daily habits, or the thought of one's dying moments. The power of karma leads to future rebirth, like the flames that continue to burn the wood. The third basic right view is that there are past life and future life. Most people can confidently accept that good or evil deeds have results, but some people believe only in present actions and present results, not those of future. Whether one does good or evil, however, an immediate result is rarely obtained. Some people has misconception that heaven above is ignorant because they do not get immediately result. Other people believe that the results of good or evil will happen only to their descendants. As Chinese saying goes, the family that accumulate good deeds will have much good fortune in future generations, while the family that accumulate evil deeds will experience many disasters. In general, these are the 2 types of misconception held by Chinese people with regards to the merits of virtuous deeds done in private. However, many people ignore that in this world, some virtuous fathers have bad sons and vice versa. Had they no descendants, moreover, would their good or evil karma come to nothing? Some people, Christians for example, believe that only in present life and future life, but not in the past life. Although by following this line of thinking, one can abandon evil and do goods without understanding past life, it is impossible to explain the myriad differences in the rewards or retributions of the present life. There is also no way that such thinking can give rise to the right belief in accord with logic and common sense. To form right views, one not only needs to have right views about good and evil and about karma and its results, one also needs to have firm and confident understanding of the existence of past life and future life.
Okay, thank you so much.
Zifu, are you sharing screen?
No. Because I hear the notification from the WhatsApp. I try to close
Okay.
I try to close it, but I don't see it. I think it is not in my computer, right? It's come from the other, right? I think, yeah, I don't see it in my screen now. Oh, the sound is very obvious. Not from my computer, from yours computer, Okay, so let me keep on.
Sifu, would you want to share your screen?
Oh yes, I forget. Sorry.
It's okay. Thank you.
Yes, Junjie, in the past video clip, okay, it is convincible for you for the past, present, and the future lives. It is good enough for you to believe that, Junjie.
Not really, not really.
Okay, can you tell me the reason why?
If you go all the way to the first, there's no first human, right? So if you believe in the theory of evolution, so we all come from like some other unicells or something. So what about those? So there's no life before that. Then if you follow those evolution until so where do all the life come from? So if you want to believe this,
Meaning to say that you want to you mean your question is where is the first life to appear, right? Because once you talk about reincarnation, there must be the
correct.
So that they will continue, right? Okay.
Correct.
Ask this question to Shakyamuni. Basically, he wouldn't answer you. Okay, the reason is why? Because our perception is quite different from the Christian, basically from the Christian, they begin with this one God. The God create the other thing. So the God is the very first beginning. Okay, but for us, we don't have the perception. We don't buy the perception of the first beginning. Okay, Shakyamuni mentioned that. Same, maybe you ask, okay, we got past life, present life, future life. So what is the very first life? Again, we will answer. Okay, the reason is for us, the universe and the life is just like a clock. You see, so meaning to say that the clock is rotating. If you come to the 12 o'clock, okay, from 1 o'clock to 12 o'clock, it is ending, but it is another beginning. So for us, basically, in order to explain the first beginning for the life and the time is there's no beginning. This is the way our perception is very different from the Christian with the first beginning. Okay, one thing is no matter how hard you go to ask, you try to reasoning out, they don't have the conclusion for it. So for this, if you really want to find out the very first one, we can say that it's quite impossible to prove it to you. Okay, but if the proof the previous life, like the video clip you watch, all can prove is the previous life, right? No, but I think these two video clip is good enough to prove their previous life, all right? Because they have been done by the professor the evidence is quite strong, the way we see it, we look at the discovery to play it. And if you want, they got so many to prove it. Okay, present life. Then also, there will be the future life, also not hard to prove. If you really want the evidence and the detail. But you ask the very first beginning, Shakyamuni will use one story to answer you. You see, for those who keep on asking, what is the very first beginning of the time and the life? He said, it's just like somebody who have been shot by the arrow. Okay, so okay, you got wounded, you come to the doctor. So what you should do first, you should try to ask the doctor to remove the arrow and heal you. But if you don't do that, you just keep on asking, where does the arrow come from? Okay, what is the arrow made? It's just by the metal, or it's just by the wood. Okay, how about how about the direction from the arrow? It is the east, the west. Well, it won't heal your problem if you keep on asking all this. What should you do is you should try to heal yourself in the first place. So this is how Shakyamuni try to answer to us if we keep on asking this question. This question is considered as the philosophical question, which is, I mean, you can't get the answer no matter how hard you go. Okay, so this is only thing I can say.
Yep.
So we go to the very first beginning, because if you ask the Christian, okay, so who created God? They can't answer you. If they begin with the very first beginning, they're even harder to solve your problem. Am I right? It's just like chicken and egg. Which one comes first? There's no solution from the chicken and egg. Okay. So I mean, we can prove you the previous slide. Previous slide. You can either through science, okay, or do the research, and also the one books they call it Many Master, Many Life. This book, the author of this book is a Christian, so he's a Christian. This book, Many Master, Many Life, Many Life, Many Master. Okay, if you wish to get more scientifically proved, Junji, you can read through this book because the author is a Christian and he is a hypnosis. Okay, we try to hypnotize the patients to check what's the past life in order to heal the trauma. Because for some cases, they're frightening with the water until they influence their daily life. So one lady, he go to check his past life. Oh, he discovered that he is drawn. Okay, he was drawn at that past life. Once the lady is able to see the whole picture of how he was drawn, okay, when he comes back to the present life, the drama will be healed. Okay, they've got 100 cases in his hand. Because he's a Christian, he don't believe the future life. Okay, maybe past life, only one life only. But through the hypnosis, the people can disclose past, many life. Okay, so I remember he concluded that, like he said, basically for our past 10 life, the person who accompany us is the same group of the people. For example, for this life, okay, the people who closest to us is our parents, like your son, okay, the good friend. So meaning to say that this group of people for the past consecutive life is the same group of people, but they're changing their face. So this life, they are your parents. Maybe in the previous life, they are your good friend. And the previous life, they might be the good friend of your daughter, something like that. It's the same batch of people. So that's the conclusion. So from here, what is inspiring is for this present life, you must try to have a good relationship for everybody. If you create a bad relationship, it will carry forward to the next life. So this is, it can explain why the people sometimes they got so many kids, but don't know why somehow he like this kid, but he doesn't like this kid. It's just somehow can explain. And same, you got so many friends, don't know why. Sometimes you like somebody at a glance, like in English you call love at a glance, right? Just a glance, you love, you know that she is your wife already, right? It happened like that for the lover. What it happens? There must be reason. For Buddhism, there must be reason. So it's a past life accumulation. So once it's ripened, immediately you discover her, and she discover you also. So this is something we try to explain. Okay, so Junji, this is, how far I can explain to you. Okay.
Thank you, Sifu. Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay. So this is for the past, present, future. Then this other way to prove it. Junji is this is even hardest for you. If one day maybe you try to meditate to open your third eye. So Jing Jue, through meditation, everybody is able to open his third eye. Third eye chakras. You see it? So for those who are able to open the third eyes, you are able to check your past life, present life, or the future life. The way I see Jing Jue, you are more like how to say scientist. You prefer to survey. You are so curious. Yes, you can try to do it. You go to meditate hard. You join a meditation class, meditate hard, and try to discover by yourself. Because Shakyamuni did the same thing, you know. Shakyamuni actually, before he became the Buddha, he learned from so many teachers. He dissatisfied. He said, "Oh, all this is not good enough." So finally, he learned the Vipassana by himself. He self-learned Vipassana. Actually, the experience he learned from the past many lives. Okay, so the experience mature, then he become the Buddha. Everything is through the meditation. So Jing Jue, I think the best way, instead of keep on asking the question, you have to start to meditate. Then see with how deep you can go. Then you can know your past life. That's the best answer for you, Okay. And the other method, don't know whether we'll try or not. You can ask the medium. Yes. Yeah. 相同 possessed. Okay. Well, some is trustable. Okay, you're able to find some trustable. Then others, this is other way for you, Okay. Other way for you because you just.
Sibu, my psychotherapist.
Psychotherapist.
They can send you to
psychotherapist. Okay, some are able to do so. They must be very calm to check the past life. But okay, the more past life, if you want to check, you can go to the one meditation center, especially from Myanmar, part of Seattle. So for this center, Jing Jue, you can just write down. Okay, so Paul Seattle, he established his monastery in Myanmar. Okay, he is very expert in Patika Samubhada. In Patika Samubhada, you must be able to check your past life in order to know the present life. Okay, so what karma you did in the past life so that you have the present life. This is, of course, you need a samadhi, a strong meditation power to go through your past life. And many people are able to prove and find out what is the past life karma so that they have the present life as a human form. So Jing Jue, you can try, but you must have a strong samadhi power in order to check your past life. Even though it is not a psychic, but this is from the 12 cause and condition, one step of the meditation. So I prefer to suggest you through meditation to prove it. Okay, but of course, during meditate, you have to put down your analytical mind. Analytical mind itself is the obstacle to the meditation. So for the time being, you have to put it down. Don't ask first. Just go into the process. Okay, so this is something I can suggest you So all the name, please copy down. All right. So you can just after the class, based on curiosity, okay, and interest. You go to deeper and understand more and more. Okay, it is good that we have Jing Jue, so the class not that boring, because everybody already believe. So I don't know what to talk. Okay, since he disbelieve, not 100% believe, I got so many things to talk to convince him. Then I feel more challenging, yeah. I'm having the class. I'm so boring already because the way that I say, no people want to challenge already. Okay, so let's keep on. So this is the regards, so we go to the next paragraph. Kamling, your turn, after sentient beings.
After sentient beings have generated various types of karma, good karma, evil karma, guiding karma, completion dharma, the karma of present results, the karma of rebirth results, the karma of later results, and so on, these karmic forces will lead to rewards and retribution in the next.
Yes, you
wait, which line already?
Yeah.
Next line. Okay, the reward for good karma will be in the world or in the heavens. the retributions for evil karma will be in the evil destinies of the hells and in the realms of animals and hungry ghosts. Being reborn in hell or as an animal, hungry ghost, human or divine beings, these are the 5 destinies. From beginningless time, sentient beings following good or evil karmic forces have been cycling through these 5 destinies, life after life. A destiny is a direction in which one is inclined, following one's karma. One is born in that place. With the addition of asuras or non-divine beings, the 5 destinies become 6. Path is a different translations of the destiny. Of the Mahayana and Hinayana sutras and treatises says there are either 5 or 6 destinies. Most asuras live in the ocean and are not very numerous. When they are grouped with the ghosts or animals, the group of destinies remains 5. Transmigration means moving through the cycles of birth and death. This does not imply a fixed movement up or down through the 5 destinies, whether in the past or the future. It simply means that transmigrations up or down is always between the 5 destinies. Take the present life, for example. The karma that one creates is infinite, as are the unresolved karmic forces accumulated from past lives. Past karma has not yet been expressed, and future karma is still to come. Karma keeps accumulating. So if one dies now, which karma will lead to a result first? This cannot be determined for certain, but all karma falls into these 3 categories.
Okay, Gamling, thank you so much. SJ, your turn to read, please.
First, the category of serious karma. Such karma can be good karma or it can be evil, like the 5 actions that lead to uninterrupted hell. This karmic force is extraordinarily powerful, whether one is aware of it or not. When one is dying, one may see hells or heavens, omens indicating whether one will rise or descend. After that, the serious karma will determine future rewards or retribution. Second, the karma of one's habit. If one has neither serious evil karma nor serious good karma, one may pass away uneventfully. Although one may have no serious karma in this life, the good or evil karma that one has done previously may have developed into habits with certain good or evil karma, and this can be very powerful. When one dies, the karmic force of these habits will naturally determine one's future rewards or retributions. In the past, an elder named Da Ming said this to the Buddha. I am usually very mindful of the Buddha, but sometimes when I'm in busy streets with so many people, elephants and horses, I forget to keep the right mindfulness of the Buddha. I wonder if I am unfortunate enough to die right there, will I fall into the evil destinies? The Buddha told him, no, you won't. Your usual mindfulness of the Buddha cultivates a good habit with regards to the Buddha. Even if you die without the right mindfulness at that moment, you will still move upwards because the karmic force is strong, and this temporary lapse does not necessarily correspond to your mind. It is like a big tree that grows leaning towards the southeast. When it is cut, it will fall towards the southeast. It is therefore good if one can stop doing evil and practice good deeds, particularly very good ones. Most important, one should practice regularly and cultivate habits of good karma. When one dies, one will then naturally move upwards because of one's karma. Third, the karma of one dying moment. If a person has no serious karma, whether good or evil, and is also without habitual karma, at death, a person may be puzzled and not know where to go. If one recalls one good deeds at this time, this will lead one to move outwards and gain the rewards of becoming a human or divine being. If one suddenly recalls one past evil deeds, one will be laid down. For a person without serious or habitual karma, the thoughts just before death are very important. When people are dying, it is therefore best to preach the Dharma to them, recite the Buddha's name, and remind them of their past good deeds, so they will bring forth the good karma for future results. The recitations practiced by the Pure Land sect to aid someone who is dying are examples of this. However, this is only helpful for those who follow their last thoughts. For those who, when dying, follow their serious karma or their habits, the karmic forces are stronger. For example, if the serious karma or the habitual karma is evil, then it is very difficult to recall the three treasures or the virtues of giving, keeping, the precepts, and so forth. Clearly, it is most important to study Buddhism and practice in ordinary times.
Okay, thank you so much. Raise hand by Zoom once you finish. Okay, thank you so much, class. Okay, so you can put down your hand. Elena, have you ever seen this picture before, Elena? Hi, Elena. Have you ever seen this picture before?
I think so. I think so.
What's the picture about?
There is all the heaven and hell, right?
Yes.
All the animal, which realm you're going to? 六道轮回.
Yeah, 六道轮回. Meaning to say that this diagram try to explain that there's totally 6 realms. So the good realm is the heaven and the human, and the evil realm means the hungry ghosts, hell, and the animals. All right. And one more is Asura. So the 6th realm is just like a circle, you see. It draw in a circle way, you see. So what is the significance of it? You need to say that in our past many lives, from the beginner's life, we just keep on rotating. Okay, sometimes go to upwards, sometimes go to the downwards. Okay, depends on what karma we create. Okay, and one thing again, quite hard to prove. Number 1 is about the heaven, the heaven. Sorry, Junji, I also can bring you go and have a watch. Okay, basically for those who are able to go and see, also you need to open the 3rd eye so that you can see. I mean, the being who stay in the heaven. All right. Okay. In Buddhism, our perception of the heaven is quite different with the Christian and Muslim and Islamic. In Islam, we are quite different. And the second is about Ashura. Also, I can't show you. But one thing is the animal. Basically, animal we can see. We stay together in one realm, okay? But of course, with a different karma, so we interact with them. But some animal close with us, also we can see some karma effect. For example, the dog, especially the dog or the pets. In European country, sometimes the pets will inherit their master asset or what, so they become very wealthy. Okay, and sometimes we discover that like panda, in order to breed a panda, we spend millions of dollars to breed a panda. And I mean here, we add on everybody, okay, for 2 or 3 life, I don't think we need millions of dollars, meaning to say our merit is not as good as the panda. You see, sometimes this thing will appear. So we saw them, and we found sometimes they are even have a better living than us, you see. Okay, but basically it's still considered different realm. Okay, so animal with the animal themselves is the one realm. Okay, animal all are considered evil realm. Why? Because they are not as bad as human. For us, we keep on progressing, we keep on civilized. Okay, and only human will explore the religion, the spiritual level. Okay, so that is the spatial of the human. And human, even though human is considered for human is considered a realm. I mean, the good realm. The reason, the most important reason is because human they will know how to explore spiritually. You see or not? So once you go to the deep spiritual, basically we have 7 chakras throughout the body. The first 3, one is the crown, one is the 3rd eye, one is the throat. Especially the crown and the 3rd eye, it will be open and unify with the universe and get all the energy, and your wisdom will be unfold. No matter how smart the animal, including the dolphin, and also the chimpanzee, we never saw them to meditate. Never. No matter how smart they are, just only human are able to do so only. Okay. So this is the human. And one more is ram is the hungry ghost. So class, this is the hungry ghost. Okay, once we talk about hungry ghosts, it will relate to some religious events. You see, basically the stomach is very big. Okay, there's always the fire in the throat. We call them hungry ghosts because they had never been full. They had never experienced the feeling of being full before, always with an empty stomach. Why? Because the fire in the throat always burn whatever they eat and always thirsty. So this is quite bad. It's considered worse ram. Okay, when you do some bad deeds, so this is one destiny will go. This is even worse than animal. The suffering is greater than animal. But there's one more ram even worse. Okay, for this hungry goat, some looks ugly. You see the ways we see this. We think about, oh, they're always with the big stomach. Okay, and then for Chinese culture, in July, basically they will put all the food on the roadside is to feed them. Okay, we call it as a guaiji lah. This is Chinese culture, but the culture also quite related to the religions. Okay, so here, is there anybody still, put the food along the roadside? Can you put up your hand? How about your parents? Do your parents still do this? Can you put up your hand? Put the food along the roadside. Okay, Sally, Sally parents still do. Elena parents also still do. So meaning to say that this is partial of the Chinese culture. Okay, some religions believe integrated. In July, the door of the hell will open and so many beings will come out. Okay, so it's just a trustable yes. Why? Because there's one monk, one guy, he purposely go to step on the foot, He purposely go to step on the foot. So every July, he sure will kena accident. Must kena accident, So his parents go to ask, for the trance. So the trance said, of course, he said, the trance immediately blame him. He said, you, because during the July, you go to step on the foot, all this brother, they're so angry with you. So they want to punish you, you see. So he had to do something. So after the warning, so he always repents, okay, and then he do more chanting, so it seems works, So the guy, I know him, so more than one people, so don't play around this, okay. You are not, it is, okay, you are not able to see it, doesn't mean it is not exists, you see. So this is about a hungry ghost. Basically, class, if I think it is quite common in the kampong there, okay, in the terrace house, what they call yes, 分区 nearly every 2 rows there will be one trance. Nearly 2 rows there will be one trance, and basically the medium they claim that some they say, oh, I'm the Shakyamuni, the Shakyamuni come to my body. Some will say it's a Guan Yin, some will say it's a Guan Dai, all this. Is it happen in your kampong? Put up your hand. Quite common in the kampong. Yeah, Amanda do. Amanda, where do you stay? Where do you stay? Your hometown, Amanda?
My parents' hometown, Ipoh, and also Taiping.
Taiping. Okay. How about you? What in Sedang? Sedang. Okay. So basically,
Sedang.
okay. Wherever there is a Chinese, basically you are able to find all this because they are the substitution to the doctor at our time. I think everybody, every child, every children in the kampong that drank the water, got they fu shui before. Yes, because okay, you can say it's quite unscientific, but somehow it heals and it works. Sometimes it's mentally, it will pacify, the old people. But you want to medically prove it, we notice that the water is full of energy. After got the fu shui, they burn the fu, we notice that there's an energy in the water. You can use now the scientific way to prove it up. Yes, or what? Because we have more equipment. Now we have more and more equipment able to check the aura, to check the energy, to check the chakra. We can use it to prove it. okay, to check which one is superstitious, which one is the true one. We are able to do so. Okay, so this is the hungry ghost. Basically, all the median, the being go to possess the being, basically they are hungry ghosts. But they claim themselves as a Guan Yin, a Shakyamuni. Okay, why do they do so? Yongxin, if you are the hungry ghost, why you want to claim yourself as the Shakyamuni or Guan Yin? Why you don't say I'm the Yongxin, I'm the ghost of Yongxin? Why don't you do so? Yongxin, you think why?
To convince you so that he can get something. You know?
Do you mean that Guan Yin and Shakyamuni is more popular than you, so better you use the name? Am I right?
Hungry ghosts will scare away, will escape.
Also, that's why they use the name Shakyamuni and Guan Yin, because they are more famous. You see why? Because the hungry ghosts are actually, they want to create more merits by helping people. Even though you're possessed by somebody, but you are nobody, who will believe you? So you say, oh, I'm a Shakyamuni, I'm the Guan Yin. So the crowd will come out, then you are able to create some merit. So that's why there will be some medium. Yes, some is a fake one, some is the genuine one. You have to really prove it. Actually, you can do experiment. I do the experiment before. So in my Form 5, I go to look for the medium. So I said, I want to ask question. So then the ghost start to process it. So I start to ask it, all the nonsense question. I say, okay, where do you stay? Can you say you are in the heaven? What are you eat? What do you eat? What do you wear? I all ask this type of question, So suddenly, I remember I read one article. The article mentioned that So basically, they are possessed by the hungry ghost. So I said, according to the article I read, most of you are hungry ghosts, but you disguise yourself, impersonate as a Guan Yin. Am I right? So suddenly he got angry, So he scolded me, with some poem and verses, I'm so scary, So he said, I want to penalize you. You have to give me the ang pao. It happens to me, because I'm very curious. I go to do all this type of things, you see. So finally I realized that, yes. So I think until now I still believe, because I remember, 我俾魚骨梗到我俾魚骨梗到So basically, I remember my father didn't bring me go to see the doctor. We go to see this type of healing. So after drink the water, immediately it disappeared. So I believe, so I believe this is the reason why. Okay. Anybody want to share this type of experience? You have been healed or you have been cheated by this type of the trance or medium before? Anybody have the experience in your childhood? Elena, your looks have the experience. Yes.
I don't know. I would say for my case, it's a matter of a few factors together. When I was young, I have eczema, very bad eczema, worse than Sally's. My fingers all break and all those things. And I was in my 20s, until I was in my 20s. One day, my mother and a group of friends don't know where to go, one of the kampong area. Then I suppose it's one of those medium that says it's a Guan Yin Pusa. So my mother asked the Guan Yin Pusa to heal me, saying that I got this skin problem. So this Guan Yin Pusa wrote a few Chinese medicine herbs, just a few items, and say that, okay, you go home and boil this for your daughter to drink, and she will get well. That's one. And at the same time, around that time, I also visit a skin specialist. That's why I said I don't know what is what. And subsequently, I'm healed. So in my heart, I'm grateful to both of them. So I cannot say whose power is more, because I really don't know. I didn't even go there. And the Chinese medicine that this medium wrote, is just 3 or 4 items only. And then we just go to the medical shop, buy, and then boil it, and it helps me. So I said thank you to this medium or the Guan Yin.
This is good experience because the eczema is very stubborn, right? It takes many years you cannot heal, but just with the prescription, then you're able to heal already. Right?
Yeah, from childhood, when I was a few years old, less than 10 years old, I start having this eczema until I'm in my 20s.
Yeah. Of course, maybe our case is not enough. Like the data for the vaccine, we need millions of cases to prove the data, it's quite impossible for her to get 1,000 cases to conclude. So it's very individual case. So partial, there will be some belief because we believe. Okay, so sometimes the purpose of the religion is just to make you feel believe and feel comfortable. Sometimes, even though it's not directly, it's not 100%, but people feel comfortable after they met them and get healed. Okay, so that is what the purpose of this type of we call it as a religions practice. Okay, and you want to share your child experience with all this type of hungry ghosts? Yes, Amanda, yeah.
I recall when I'm younger that time, I think still standard 1 or standard 2, I always sleepwalking one. So I will mongya and then I will go out from my house to the junction of the road. That's kind of very worrying. Then at the point of time, my grandmother is very superstitious type. So she bring me to do what Kai Bei Gunyam as the daughter to the Gunyam. And then every now and then all my t-shirt got chopped one because they believe something bad to me. Somewhere here is not closed yet. That's why all these things still stick to me. That's why I was sleepwalking. So my t-shirt will get chopped, and then every now and then I will get to drink all those special water. I drink a lot. Yeah, but after that, I never have sleepwalking already. So I think that's kind of a way to help lah. But I have this question, Sifu. For this kind of spirit, right? They possess the person, a human being. Is there some kind of karma relationship with this person? Because not every spirit can go into someone else, right? Only those who connected. So in this form, how do we understand what in terms of karma between this ghost and this person? And then how does it actually for this ghost to get a merit? Yeah.
And yet, even though we want for being possessed, it seems it doesn't happen. Am I right? You want possess me, please possess me, but it doesn't come. So meaning to say that in order to make things happen, one, you must possess this type of the nature of the body. We call it as a sensitivity of the body. We call it as a medium type of the body. First of all, you must possess this type of the body in the first place. Then second, once you possess this type of body, meaning to say that you are able to communicate with them, and they are able to communicate to you, and then there will be negotiation between you and them. Okay, basically, one that choose you, why you will have this type of nature of the body is due to the past life cultivation. It's not totally bad. Sometimes it's good also. All right. So we call it the nature of the body. How do we know that you have the nature of the media of the body? Number one, in your childhood, if you are able to see the ghost, or you are able to feel the ghost or the special energy, basically you are considered have the nature of the body. It can be from grade 1 to the grade 5. So the grade 1, maybe you just feel something only. Once you go to the hospital, you feel uncomfortable. When you go to temple, you feel very comfortable. You know that, oh, you start to differentiate. Oh, in temple, there's a good energy. And in the graveyard, in the hospital, there's a bad energy. You are able to just very simple tell your body tell you, even without any learning. If you are the grade 5, you need to say you are able to see it. They manifest in front of you, and you are able to even communicate with them. So in order to become the median, you must be at least grade 4 or 5. You're able to see them, they're able to see you, then you start to communicate. Okay, and then that is the then you have meaning to say that you are ready meaning to say that your door open, and what being to come to you, it really depends. So past life, it depends on the past life. Basically, you must have relationship to that particular being, so they will come to you. So my neighbor, just at the back of me, he's the medium. Okay, he's the English actor, banana, totally banana. But once he possessed it, he able to write all this thing, all the Mandarin will come. He can know everything. It become different people already. Okay, so that's the reason why. Then, if let's say your body is very sensitive, if you affected cancer, basically the being will take opportunity to negotiate with you. So they say, I'll make you heal, give you 10 years of the lifetimes, but in exchange, you have to serve me every night time. So you borrow your body for me, and I start to make you become the medium. So they will start to negotiate with you. Okay, so this is another circumstances. Okay, if your body is sensitive, if you refrain yourself to become for being possessed, yes, you can do so. With a strong mind and determination, they are not able to penetrate your body. Because if you let them, if you open your body, you have to let them to penetrate. Your body will be, with the accumulation of the negative energy, you'll be getting weaker and weaker. Okay, so that is something regards. Can you change the nature of body? Yes. Okay. Number one, by marry. No matter, okay, if your body is very negative, your husband, your couple is very positive, there will be some neutralization. The sensitivity will disappear. Okay, will be degrading. Or by giving birth of the child. Okay, some after giving birth of the child, the sensitivity gone. But the sensitivity passed to the children already. So the children are able to see all this kind of thing. Well, I also, I know this because the people talk to me. Okay, again, the data also not very much. So I just keep on accumulate. Okay, basically, if somebody claim the meter, they say, I got this type of nature of body, I will further ask, what happened to your father's side or mother's side? Basically, there must be one side of the family, they are the medium. Then you will inherit it. Okay, so Amanda, so that is something I know regards. This is not stated in the sutra. It's totally is an experience. I mix a lot of people. Then we start to chit chat and conclude in this way. Am I answering your question, Amanda? Okay, yes, Elena, anything?
Sifu, what about the Hong Kong movie Sammy Chang 我左眼見到鬼? Is there any truth to it? Any relations to it?
You have to ask the screenplay. Sometimes the screenplay, they just write something only, but some they're really based on the fact to write a screenplay. It depends on the screenplay. Some screenplay, they're very serious. They really go to do the study before the screenplay. Okay, so that's important. So this one, I don't know. But Jun Jie, if you're still skeptical, after MCO come to my place, I introduce my neighbor to you. He is quite same age with you, He's even younger than you, Banana, pure banana. But once he possessed it, he will become different people.
Because I do have back experience with this thing, that's why I don't believe. So my story, when I was born, I was born about the same time with my other cousins. So my grandmother, so they would check I'm going to ask this medium to check. So within these two grandsick kids, which one is good, which one is bad. So I'm considered a bad one. So that's why my grandmother, I don't have a good relationship with my grandmother because of that. Yeah. So I think this kind of thing is, if one believes too much into this thing, it makes the relationship bad. So which is why I think it's very bad. Some people are going to these people to advise for getting married or so. So if they are in love already, and then if they come back with a bad answer, so what do you do after that? So how do you believe this kind of thing? So this is one reason why I don't believe this. Another reason is since young, my father's side, we are free thinker, we are atheists. So my father will bring me to any haunted house that people say is haunted house. So, but I never see anything. Even go to a cemetery, middle of the night, midnight, we just go to walk around in the cemetery. We never see anything. Yeah. So that's why I come to, nothing ever happened to me. So that's why I don't believe this kind of thing. And and I'm against that.
Question number one is regarding your grandmother. Yes. Okay. People will go to look for them because they need some solution because they are puzzled. Okay. But if let's say, like you say, maybe okay, you are the bad one. What the parents should do? They should try to change something. I mean, the present life is more important because this is a past life issue already. If let's say your destination is like that, but you should try to change it. So I mean, without the Buddhism dharma, so you have to. I mean, you suffer the consequences due to the lack of the knowledge of the dharma. Number one, okay, the grandmother. Number second, if you are not sensitive, of course, you're not able to check this. But through meditation and Qigong, your sensitivity will be increased. So come and learn Qigong from me. I will make you to see them. Okay? Okay. Okay. Of course, it depends. Some is maybe at least you can feel some energy lah. Even though no matter how bad you are, how insensitive you are, you are able to feel certain things. Okay, then I mean it's a progress. Once you're getting sensitive to the energy, basically Qigong is very helpful because in Qigong, we immediately open all your chakras. Once the chakra open, then you will be more receptive to the energy and more sensitive to it. Not really to see the ghost. Sometimes you feel the energy maybe in the temple, in the Buddha statue, even from the handphone, even from all the all the electromagnetic, you can feel all this stuff thing. Okay. So this is about the hungry ghost. Okay. So after the hungry ghost is the hell. Hell even is the worst. Again, we are not able to see the hell. Okay. Basically, people they understand the hell is from the text. It's from the original text. I think. With the different type of the hell, you see, you can see many hungry ghosts. Some hell we call it as an uninterrupted hell. Okay, it depends on which type of crimes you commit. Then you will fall with the different type of the hell. Okay. Well, basically, the perception. Okay, even though there's a two expression of the hell, or maybe we call the evil states. One is all the hungry ghosts, all the animals, and the hell, they are within your mind. If your mind with anger, basically you are in the hell. Some we interpret in this way because we can't let you see. So we say once you are in the greedy, you are in the anger, you are in the delusion, you are in the woeful state at that present moment. Okay, but for us, basically we believe that there's a realm there, because through this type of medium, we believe there is a hungry ghost. From here, we can deduce that there's there. Okay, so this is the sixth realm. From Buddhism perspective of view, we you see, Junjie, this is our perception. You take a look from this sentence. Now you see, from beginningless time, sentient beings following good or evil karmic forces have been cycling through this five destined line of the life. You see, basically we say beginningless of time. Okay, so we just recycle. Can we change it? Yes, by learning the Dharma, because the wonder of the Shakyamuni is by the discovery of the karma effect, the rule of the karma. So from the Dharma, we tell you that what karma you create, you will go to the heaven, you will become a human again, and what karma you create, you will go to the evil states. So that's why by learning Dharma, you can decide what is the next life destination. Okay, get it? Okay, time's up. Okay, so we stop here. So in next lesson, we talk about that. The heavy karma, habitual karma, and the moment. And at the moment we pass away, so from here I will share you the story of my father, so my father case is enough to explain all this. Okay, then of course welcome you all to share your story, okay. So that's the class for today. So for your interest.